Good afternoon, everybody, or good evening.
Yeah.
Alex here from the Egyptian Theater.
Should be standing 6 feet away from
yes.
me. And Janine.
We're here live on our second week ever of a virtual hard hat tour. If you're joining us for the first time for one of these, you can still keep watching.
Yeah.
Go back to last week
Yes.
and watch the full hour-long tour. It'll give you the full overview of everything. This week and moving forward, we're going to just give you the updates.
Yes.
So I guess that's going to force everybody to go back and watch everything to catch up.
You just get to see our lovely faces for just
It's
a
like
little
you're
bit
starting in
longer.
episode 2. and
Yeah.
Hopefully
And this-
episode 1 was good. So,
Hopefully, yeah.
So we're making the best, as we keep saying, of a very rotten situation. We appreciate you joining us for a virtual hard hat tour. We have some amazing
We do.
updates to share with everybody tonight, so we're really excited to have you with us. As we go on the tour this evening, if you have any questions at all, comments, random trivia, random jokes, whatever
Yeah.
it may be, go ahead and type them in the comments. Our trusty cameraman Brandon there will share with us all of the appropriate comments and questions to
Yeah,
share.
and it is Tickle Me Tuesday, so if you have a joke, we love to hear a joke.
We're all about the puns.
We are.
If you're new to this whole project, we're
Welcome.
currently underway, that's an understatement,
Yeah.
with a $5.5 million expansion to dramatically increase the number of restrooms here, concessions, storage, and most importantly, add air conditioning for the first time since the theater opened in 1929. So it's a 2-story addition off the south side of the lobby. Where you're looking right now is back towards the front doors on 2nd Street. We're here in the main lobby. And I'm not sure how the mirroring works, but this way, to the south, is where the addition is going to be. So if you go online to our website, we've got renderings on there, blueprints that show you everything. And again, if you go to last week's video, you'll see a lot more details about the overview of the project. But
Yeah, and you can follow the timeline of the project too. So kind of,
Yep.
this is project's been talked about for 10 years plus. We kind of give you the gist for 10 years. But if you really want to follow and you're new to this, go check it out. It's lightscameradonate.org, gives you some information. Otherwise, egyptiantheater.org has all the information for you as well.
So let's get right into the new stuff.
Yeah.
As you can see, there's some plastic covered here. This is everything from the concession stand, our one and only concession stand. So last week, I think we mentioned it on our hard hat tour, but
Yeah.
because of our unfortunate shutdown here for a number of weeks
Yes.
with the pandemic that's going on, we decided to make the most of that and move forward with some of the next major milestones in the construction here. And that is demoing what was the existing concession stand and the men's and women's restrooms on the first floor. And guess what? They're gone. Let's do the big reveal.
Oh my god, guys!
It's
It's weird.
It's very weird and exciting. So this is where our old concession stand was. Yes,
We're here.
we'll have beer there. But this is what's left of the old concession stand. So there was cabinets on the back wall there, popcorn machine over here, the countertop right here. That is all gone. We're down to bare bones. And if you look behind us here, this was the restrooms. So right here is the old doorway that went into the women's restroom. You went around a little wall there. There were sinks where Janine is at, and then there was 3 toilets back over here. That's all gone. Right down here was the men's restroom. Had the doorway right down here. Came in, sinks, toilets, and urinals there, and that's all gone.
Cool.
So this was, we all knew this was happening. This has been planned for months and months.
Yeah.
We knew on paper what it was going to look like. We've all been very excited for this to open up. And I think now that it is, we're all pretty speechless still because it's amazing. Anyone that's been here for even partially busy events knows how crowded this rear lobby area would get. So we really have essentially doubled this rear lobby space, which is going to just be incredible for all of our events. So this was, the wall. This is the space that we had to work with. We've now got double that space to be able to work with. So in the future, when you're coming here for events, we've got a ton more space back here for people to be able to move around come in and out of the aisles, just a ton more circulation space. We could not be more excited about this.
Yeah.
And it's pretty amazing to kind of see with these walls getting opened up some of the old colors. I don't know if Brandon, you can kind of look up there. You can see some of the lovely old green color. Actually, this is probably easier here. So you can see some of the older colors there from past paint jobs.
I don't know why they didn't keep it.
Some of the colors from the 60s and 70s were some interesting choices. So we're going to be staying with the more true colors there. And so one of the things we've kind of talked about in the different plans, if you've come on our hard hat tours, we've talked about these columns. So you've never seen them before because these were buried in the walls here for the bathrooms. So we knew these were here through a lot of different kind of investigation over the last year. We found these, we knew they were on some drawings. So we have worked into the plan to keep these here because they're structural. So these are going to get wrapped basically to mimic some of the other columns that you see in the auditorium so that they flow with the architecture of this space. But a really cool feature we're going to add around these columns is a drink rail. So if you've been to any of our shows in the last couple of years, you know that we've added cocktail tables throughout the lobby spaces. It's really great to be able to socialize with people, set a drink down. So since these can't go anywhere, we figured let's make the most of them. And so we're going to have some drink ledges around these and make them kind of little gathering spots.
And my favorite part that's going to be in the back lobby is if you look up, you see these little framing pieces. So pan in on this lovely light, Brandon. It's so nice.
It's so lovely.
It's so lovely.
We like to call it an 80s attempt at Art Deco.
Yes. So the back lobby, not only was it tight, it's not well lit, and it's very beige. So when we were looking, okay, we can't raise the ceiling height because that is literally the floor of the mezzanine. So we were kind of limited as to what we could do with the height back here, but we wanted to give it a revitalization. So not only are we doubling the space, but we're going to be adding cove lighting that will make this seem
brighter,
cozier,
warmer,
nicer,
more welcoming.
And then the carpet, and we're going to have this updated paint. It's going to be, like I said, same colors, but it'll just freshen it up and make it not quite so beige and boring.
Less cave-like.
Less cave-like. So it's going to definitely have more uplighting. It's going to make this space seem higher, seem bigger. But again, we're hoping that when you come in, you're like, was it always this big? Because we want it to feel like this is what the original architects, had they had the money and the stock market not had crashed in 29, we would have had this type of design back then. So this is something that we're working towards to make it look like had they had the buku bucks, what they could have done.
So again, pretty amazing to look all the way down here. One of the things I think I'm really excited about with this is that when you came in through the front doors, because of the bathrooms and the concessions there, you always just looked at the side of a wall there. You couldn't really see through the theater. And now with this open, if Brandon kind of comes around over to here where the men's restroom was, you can see all the way to the front doors. So this is just going to be, whether it's, public events, live events, community events, but even private events here, is just going to be that much more of an amazing space for people to socialize and do functions here.
And do we want to showcase how long the new concession stands?
Oh, yes.
Like we did
Go on down.
So.
Official engineering man.
So while we have expanded this, you can see where our existing concession stand sat. We did a little thing today. We were like, this is going to be a really long concession stand. So it will start, and end
all the way down here. So this is behind the plastic here. This is the new opening into the restroom vestibule, and the new concession stand is going to come almost all the way down here. We had 2 serving stations. We'll now have 4 serving stations to serve even more people and faster with a little expanded menu. So very, very excited for that.
And it's going to be shiny, guys. It's going to be really pretty. The backsplash is gorgeous. We're going to update. So we currently have just menu boards. So if we run out of a candy or something and someone comes up, hey, can I see Sour Patch Kids? We're like, oh, we're out. We're actually going to have screens now so we can update these things. So if something runs out or we have an additional specialty at that show, we have a specialty drink, we have a discounted item, something we want to offer you, these will be changing constantly, and so we can have more ability to communicate better with you guys as a patron, so you know what we have to offer and what new specialty things we might be offering depending on the show.
Yeah, along with that digital signage, we're gonna have new digital signage out here in the lobby as well. That will have a live video feed of what's going on in the theater. So if you need to run out real quick to grab another drink, you know, need some more of our famous popcorn, you'll be able to watch that. Also, if you're at a family show and have a kid that's a little fussy, you can still step out here real quick and continue watching what's going on.
And you'll be able to have space to watch it now as compared to in the old lobby. You'd have to be like right tight. We'll have this nice big space for you guys to walk about.
So, any questions before we head into the
Any
bathroom?
jokes? Anyone got some puns?
No.
Not yet. Shout out to all the volunteers watching.
Yes.
Yay!
Well, hello to everybody.
Hello, we miss you guys.
Again, if you're just joining us, make sure you comment with any questions you have. This has been pretty stunning for us. Just in the last week, for all of this to come down. We were so excited to be able to show this with all of you tonight. We wish we could be doing it in person with our volunteers in the community, but this actually is a little bit better because we can show even more people.
So what's the next steps for this?
Yeah, so the next phase through here is continue cleaning up everything that's been demoed here, continue framing up everything, starting to run electrical. And hopefully within the next couple of weeks, we've got framing up and pretty much everything is cleaned up and we start putting up drywall and away we go. So at this point, fingers crossed, we'll see. We're going to be quite a ways down the path here by the time we're able to reopen later in May. So if you've had tickets for any of our upcoming shows or we're thinking about getting tickets, check out our website. We've got all the updates on there about the impact with the coronavirus. At this point, basically every event here has been postponed through the beginning of May. As we're getting those new dates, when stuff is being rescheduled for, we're putting that on our website, Facebook, notifying ticket buyers. So keep an eye out. We're working really hard with all of our agents, community groups, promoters, to try and find new dates that work for everybody so that we can still keep the programming that we've had here.
Yeah, we're really excited about the shows upcoming, but you know, things happen and it's been happening to everyone here. So we're, like I said, if you're looking for the latest updates, there is a web banner right on our homepage. So we update that with the latest date at the top so you can see as things progress. You're not going to go, well, when was this posted? We put on there when it was posted so you all know. And our box office and basically anything in person is definitely shut down through April 7th. We want to abide by what the governor, CDC, WHO recommends. We aren't the experts. We are just here to tell you our story.
So, alrighty, if there's no questions in this marvelous mess right now, we'll head into the restrooms. Right on in.
Welcome back to the women's room. So, we have our wood partitions. Dan Shuey, word of the day. He said he wanted to let me know, Alex, that he thought of that at the top of his head.
Down.
Very
Very
excited.
nice.
So, with the partitions, they are wood, and we went with this exact design and color stain, and everything was paying tribute to the original partitions in the bathroom on the mezzanine level. We do know those are original, so we could very much look at their design for inspiration, and that is why we wanted to do the wood partitions. Again, the whole reason for the design of this room is we wanted you to feel, when you walk into this room, that you're still in the Egyptian theater, that this is an extension of a bathroom that should be at a 1929 Egyptian Art Deco theater. So that's why the wood partitions. And then we got, we haven't really talked about this light, but now we're so excited about it.
Our lotus flower sconce.
So, this was the start of our coronavirus impact. This was probably like 3-4 weeks ago.
Yeah, if not more.
And so this was before really the pandemic had hit the United States heavily like it had now. We hadn't been shut down or anything. We were still having regular meetings, still having events going on. But this light is made in China, and they were saying this is going to be delayed until June. And we were wanting to have these open ASAP. So we were like, okay, we'll get replacement lights from Lowe's, put them in, and then replace them out. Well, then they said they discontinued this light. we actually found enough to finish this bathroom. And guys, I hope you appreciate this light because we're really super excited about this light. There was a lot of decisions going into how it looks like. Look, it's like, oh, looks like a lotus flower.
Which matches with our lotus blossom tile work here.
And it's hard to
Yes.
find. There was very much a, again, thought process into going. We wanted this to look like it was meant to be in an Egyptian Art Deco theater, but we didn't want it to look like we were trying to make it look like, oh, it's original, it's always been here, because then it would look cheap and fake. So we wanted it to be in the style of, as compared to like, oh yeah, we just found these in the basement and they look like they're cheesy. Am I wrong?
No, that's right.
Thank you.
Yes.
So we're really excited about these lights. So we're really excited to show. So you can see they've got the little stems up along the way.
Hey everyone.
Most of them just came
We're
today.
very excited.
Big news. So, in the restroom here, we've got, again, 14 new toilets that are going in. You can see all of the wood toilet partitions being installed. Behind Brandon here, these are the wood pilasters that will end up going on the ends here where the doors connect to. So again, as Janine mentioned, the design of these mimicked the ones that we have up in the women's restroom on the second floor right now. This design as well matches exactly, the doors will as well. These are all custom made right here in DeKalb with a local woodworking company. So absolutely thrilled with how these are turning out. They're gorgeous. Very, very cool. So glad that we were able to move forward with this.
Yes.
We know you guys are going to be excited to see these in person. So let's head over to the men's restroom. There's exciting stuff going on there as well. So if you haven't watched before, go to last week's video and you can see some more information about the designing here. But it was intentional to make the men's restroom look a little bit different, have its own look and feel. So you can see these toilet partitions are starting to go up in here. You can see how they work with the wood pilasters here. We don't have any doors installed yet, but these are starting to be installed. Stalls. There you go. And then if you want to look around here, we've got the urinal bays here with the quartz dividers here, and then the little detail we're really excited about, the drink ledge up here. So guys, if you're in the restroom here, you've got a little dedicated drink ledge to set your drink down. So
We think of the important things here at the Egyptian Theater.
yes. So very excited to see men's restroom is coming along really well. Hopefully the partitions finish up here in the next week or so, and the men's restroom will be pretty close to being ready to go.
Yeah.
So just finishing up some last touches with electrical. We've gotten speakers installed. Those went in last week. So again, much like in the lobby spaces, how you'll be able to watch the live stream of what's going on in the theater when you come into the bathrooms, you'll be able to listen. So whether it's a comedian, concert, movie, whatever it might be, that's going to live stream into the restrooms, the lobby spaces. So you're not going to miss a single second. So we're really excited about that. And we'll head upstairs now.
Just look at that view.
Pull
Not
that
in the
curtain
bathroom.
back.
Pull the plastic back.
Look at how much lobby space.
There's so much space for activities. All right.
Name that movie.
Yeah, can you name that movie? Fun fact, that actor picked that movie and we showed it here 2 falls ago. Random trivia.
DeKalb native.
Whoever answers it gets free popcorn from our new machine that isn't here yet. Yeah.
So not much new going on with the back storage room, prep kitchen, but this opening continues to get kind of framed in, stuff moved around, sprinkler pipes, electrical, everything. This will end up having a set of doors here. This is going to be the new path into the concession stand. This used to be a stairwell down to the old mechanical basement. And right ahead of you there was a wall. That will be the new way to get into the concession stand. So we'll have a way to get in and out, kind of behind the scenes. So if we need to restock stuff, I think you talked about last week how much of a pain it's been with the current concession stand and the storage room in the far back. It would be in between, in the middle of the shows, we run out of butter or oil, and we're carrying big
bags of seed,
other things through crowded lobby. We'll now be able to kind of do all of that with the concessions
Behind the
scenes without having to go
We
through the
won't take out
crowds.
any shins anymore with
Yeah,
barrels of oil.
there you go. All right,
To the
let's head
upstairs.
upstairs. I'll let Brandon follow Janine up there.
So you can see if you've been on hard hat tours before, they usually wasn't this much of a disaster. We kind of had to clean every weekend, which has been weird. Because we'd always said we are an active theater and an active construction site. We're still an active theater, just not as active on the weekends right now. But that will change. We're still here. We've been here 90 years, and we'll be back. So, we talked about this last week, but I think it's worth talking about again. It's our lovely can lights. I think they took all of them out. I was going to show one of the old ones for kind of a wah-wah.
Yeah, I don't know where
We used
to
to
go.
have
Ginormous spotlights.
ginormous can track lighting, which did its purpose when we have galleries up here. We'll have local artists. We'll have the District 428 Art Show, and it was good to spotlight on the wall, but kind of brought the height down. Again, when you're thinking architecturally, you want the space to feel lifted, feel high, feel big, and that really brought it down. So
They were hot.
they were hot. So these are all gone. Now we have these lovely LED, which will not only be super energy efficient, but not make as much heat, because we are going to be doing air conditioning. We'll be open all summer. So we definitely don't want to have lights that are just impacting the problem, making it hotter. So these will very much not only look better, but be more energy efficient and not create as much heat as the prior lamps. So
Yeah.
I'm very excited about that.
So we have a question.
Yeah.
Ooh, let's hear it.
There is a reason that we went for the no sensor on the faucets and
Oh, yes.
censored on the soap dispensers.
Yeah. So some of the different things we've done in the restrooms, the faucets are manual faucets instead of the sensors. A couple of reasons on that. One of the main things was cost. The sensor ones are a lot more costly, not only just for the faucet, but for all the additional piping and electrical work that needs to go in, or if you do a battery version, then constantly replacing all of those. Plus, I think both internally with all of our staff and construction folks and kind of informal polls of our volunteers, everybody said, I think we've all been in plenty of restrooms where those faucets aren't very accurate. You feel like an idiot waving your hands around trying to get the water to go. So for a number of reasons, we decided it was worth to kind of not spend the extra cost on that.
Yeah.
But we did on the soap.
And the hand dryers.
And the hand dryers, those are automatic. In the restrooms, all of the toilets are manual flush, but the urinals are automatic. So we made some different choices there in the restrooms. So, all right, let's head into the expanded foyer here. So we're up on the second floor, just off of the mezzanine. This is in the new building. This is what we've been calling the expanded foyer. Where Brandon is standing is going to be the new concession stand. So this is the front of the concession stand right here. We'll have 2 serving stations up here, and then this whole room is going to allow for a lot of space for people to be able to line up, coordinate things up here before and after shows, and use this space for a lot of different functions, whether it's meetings internally, community meetings, meet and greets with artists. We've talked about different events here that have judges or photos that need kind of a separate space to be able to set up. We'll have that now. So updates here, drywall's all done, mudding. They painted the ceiling this past weekend, starting to install lights, as well as some of the mechanical diffusers and vents in here.
And then there's 2 different styles of lights too. So
Yeah.
as I talked about earlier with the track lighting of having gallery styles of different local artists or school artists, we wanted this space to also expand upon that ability to showcase local art. So you're seeing what Brandon's showing are those updated, not giant track lights, but they'll be able to be pointed against the wall. So we'll have tracks that we can hang art without damaging the walls and still have the ability to showcase them with our lighting. So we still wanted to think about the local community organizations we have here. Say District 428 Art Show is one that comes to mind. It's a full week and it's a big big, a lot of people come through.
Yeah.
And they take up every square inch currently of our lobby, our back lobby, our mezzanine, everywhere. So we wanted to think of this as a expanded space for them to showcase their art, and wanted to think about that with our lighting and ability to showcase the art on the wall.
As well as for us to showcase some of our archives.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of archives here over the last 90 years. Signed posters from different famous artists that have been here, old newspaper articles, all sorts of different things that we've never really been able to have a good spot to showcase. And so this is going to provide that much more kind of gallery space to be able to show that.
Yeah.
Last thing kind of up in this room, this is a temporary construction wall. This is looking to the east, out towards 2nd Street, towards the front of the theater. This will get a large, big glass window, and so that is going to make this space, I'm so excited for that. This is going to be a really amazing place before shows, at intermission, afterwards to kind of socialize. An amazing view of downtown DeKalb out at the Hillside Restaurant, our wonderful neighbors, Van Buren Plaza across the street, and the new Plaza DeKalb building across the street as well. So very excited for those new amenities and a whole new vibe for the Egyptian.
And I had this question. That will be UV protected, so the carpet will be protected. We won't have to worry about there will be a big spot that's faded. We've thought about that because this carpet is going to be gorgeous and super, super exciting, so we wanted to do everything to protect that. So we wanted you to have the view, but protect the carpet as well. So if any of you are concerned about the carpet, like I was, it will be safe.
We are, yes, we're purchasing special UV glass to protect not only the carpet, but if we have archives and other artwork up here, that will protect that so it doesn't get damaged or fade. And then last kind of, not last, update on the 2nd floor in this space. So this is a new back storage room. This room is probably going to be one of the first areas to be done. They painted, started putting on all the base trim, so you can see the vinyl base around here. They just installed the permanent ladder that's going to go up to the roof through the roof hatch there. So that is installed, ready to go. We're just waiting on the final lights to go up in this space. They've started putting in all the receptacles, electrical stuff through here, emergency lighting, fire alarm, access panels. So this room is just about ready to go. And as we talked about last week, we are really excited for every storage room that we can get.
Yes, sir.
And we will start using this right away. So pretty exciting to see some of these spaces starting to come to a finish already. So, alrighty, before we go to the 2nd floor bathrooms. Again, if you have any questions as we're going along, go ahead and type them in there. We'll try and answer them to the best of our ability.
Sue, the wall that we allowed volunteers and security and staff to sign, that wall has been closed up.
It has.
But we took lots of photos to be able to share. And,
there are lots of photos, so...
So we're in the vestibule for the new restrooms, and one of the things you'll notice is our new janitor's closet. So we have a storage closet, and the ability to have a mop sink up here is huge because we've have to mop our balcony, we have to mop our bathrooms up here, and currently we don't have any mop sink. So to fill it downstairs or fill it from a sink, kind of in like a figuring it out way, is a bit of a challenge. So we'll be able to have the ability to keep that up here. So if during a show there's a spill, or even afterwards when we're cleaning, that will make our building and ground supervisor's job so much easier. So we're really excited, and it'll have backstock again. So when we have to stock these bathrooms, we aren't going into a tiny storage space on the 1st floor to grab toilet paper or soap or whatever. It'll all be right here, which will be nice.
Or like it is now, where the closet's in the men's restroom.
Yeah, so that's super challenging, but it'll be all in. Oh, look, they've got this. Paper towel dispensers.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
So, yeah.
It's been repurposed, right?
Yeah, so this is from the women's restroom downstairs. Believe it or not, this paper towel and trash receptacle is about $800 new.
Really?
Yes. So we needed 2 for up here.
Does it come filled with money?
No.
They just
Yeah,
put
it's
money
like an ATM.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. That would be worth $800.
So there was lots of areas in this project that we wanted to try and find ways to be as, as responsible as possible with the community, donations, the city funding, everything. So this is just one small example of things that we have done. So these came out of the restrooms on the first floor. When those got demolished, these got taken out, and we had planned for these to come up here. So just these two things in this bathroom and the men's restroom saved us about $1,600. So as many things like that we could, we've tried to do. And we're in the women's restroom up here.
Yeah, and so you can see it is the exact same design as the one downstairs. However, it's a bit smaller, but by smaller, it's still gigantic compared to what we have. So we have 6 toilets up here.
3 times the size of current.
3 times the size, because we currently have 2 stalls on the mezzanine level, serving a balcony of 550 seats. So that's quite a challenge, especially we do have multiple shows a year where we have a sellout, where we have 550 people in the balcony. So to have 2 toilets is a bit challenging, so we'll be upgrading to 6 again with the lovely Lotus pattern. We'll have plethora of sinks, hand dryers, so very much a same design pattern as the first floor, just in a miniature version.
Yeah. And with baby changing stations, we've been really excited to mention that. Currently we don't have any in the building, so we're going to be adding those to the women's and men's restrooms on the first and second floor. So yet another kind of wonderful little amenity to be able to add to improve the experience for everybody that's here. So in the restroom vestibule here on the second floor, we've got a new set of drinking fountains that'll be installed here in between the 2 restrooms. And then on the left here, if you follow Janine in there, is the new men's restroom here on the second floor.
So again, you can see the design is quite similar to the men's on the first level. So we're going to have 4 urinals here. We currently have 5, I can count, 5 urinals as compared to 1 that is currently in the mezzanine, and 3 toilets as compared to 1. So we're going, again, it looks like a smaller version than the one downstairs, which it is, but it is huge compared to the ones we currently have, because when we're going from 2 stalls in the women's and 1 stall and 1 urinal in the men's for 550 seats, this is going to be a huge, huge help. And also, if many of you have been to our shows where we have large crowds, even if the balcony's not open, we do have 850 seats on the main floor. That's still a lot to have with what we had on the main floor. So we always opened up the mezzanine level bathroom. So we'll still be able to do that to, again, just super increase to go from 14 and then adding then the mezzanine level bathrooms to the first floor is just going to hopefully make your experience more pleasurable. You won't be waiting in line for 20 minutes, and you'll be able to have more access around the building.
Yeah, so again, the numbers right now, well, not right now because they're gone, but previously the women's restrooms total in the building for the public, we had 5 stalls, 3 downstairs, 2 upstairs. Now moving forward, we will have 20. So we are quadrupling the numbers. It's going to be absolutely stunning. I've never been so excited for restroom lines in my life.
It's very exciting. It's going to be 4 times as fun here, guys.
Yes.
4 times as fun.
4 times. Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
You heard it here
In
first.
your bathroom experience, I can't guarantee anything else is 4 times as fun.
There you go.
Brandon's laughing.
Yes. So, any last questions, comments before we wrap stuff up? Let's head out where it's not quite so echoey. All right, we'll head back down here where there's a little more light.
Stop in the darkness.
So a lot has happened here in just the last week. We hope you go back and watch the video from last week to be able to see where we were at. So thankful for you to join us tonight for another one of our virtual Hard Hat Tours. We're going to continue this every Tuesday for the foreseeable future since we can't be open to the public, unfortunately, at this point. But this is a great way for us to be able to bring you the updates that you can follow along with us. Especially at this point, there's just some stunning updates happening every single week. So we're excited to see what the next 7 days brings.
Yeah, and you guys aren't Strong Guardians because you're watching us on Facebook. But if you have any relatives or people that you want to share this with that don't have Facebook, we do upload these to our YouTube page as well as our homepage. So if you go to our YouTube page, which is just Egyptian Theater DeKalb, and then if you go to our homepage at EgyptianTheater.org, there's a part there with the expansion, and there's a drop down that says Virtual Hard Hat Tours, and we upload these videos. So if you have someone that's like, I really want to watch it, but I don't have Facebook, or I just don't get it, I don't understand the live, we try to make it so it's palatable for everyone. So if they are okay with the internet, we can have it accessible for them.
We'll make it as accessible as possible,
Accessible
all
as
over
possible.
the place.
Yes.
So with all of this going on, we still need to ask for your support. We've been so humbled with the support through these recent weeks, kind of nightmare. But we really need your continued support with this project to help us move on to the next 90 years.
Yes.
So we are currently well over the $4 million mark in the total dollars raised. Total project cost at this point is just over $5.5 million. So we're feeling really great about, we're about 75% of the way there. And no matter if it's $1, $5 or more, we could really use your support. You can do that by going to lightscameradonate.org. You can make a donation online right now, super simple. Or there's information on there if you'd rather mail a check-in, or always feel free to give us a call and we can do help something over the phone with you if you'd rather do it that way. So we're so thankful for everybody that's been supporting this project. We've got a list of all the names and all the community organizations so far on our website that have supported this project. We continue to be overwhelmed by all of the support. And if you stay tuned, I'll make a little teaser for next Tuesday. We will be announcing a big donation that just recently came in.
Oh yeah, we will.
So we just received yesterday, and getting that all updated on our website. So stay tuned for next Tuesday, a big announcement with the donation that we just came in. So again, thank you so much for all of your support. Stay tuned for next Tuesday for our next virtual hard hat tour at 5:30.
We'll be here.
So thanks. Have a great night.